Up next, middle school students get active.
And high school students experience the supernatural.
All this and more coming up right now
on Frisco ISD-TV.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Frisco ISD-TV. I'm Madison Breeding.
And I'm Jason Patrick Gaffney. It's Elementary, my dear takes us to Fisher Elementary School, where a local meteorologist taught students about the weather.
Reagan Robinson tells us more about embracing the storm.
I think I'm going to know the answer here. Who likes snow?
From the screen to the campus, a special guest brought climate and weather to the minds of 3rd and 5th grade students at Fisher Elementary.
I've been a meteorologist for about 6 years now. I grew up in Texas, so I'm familiar with Texas weather.
Meteorologist Jesse Hawila from WFAA News 8 took time to share his responsibilities over time.
As a meteorologist, all I do is I forecast the weather. I have to know what's happening right now. I need to know what's going to happen in 2 hours. In 2 days, possibly even up to a week.
One topic in particular really sparked interest.
Well, he talked about like balls of lightning and like rare occurrences of things.
I learned about ball lightning. I never knew about that before this.
It's fun because kids have the biggest imaginations. They have the best questions. They make you think, and it's fun to instill my passion for weather into them. I hope that they see that I'm excited about weather, and science is fun, and learning is fun.
So I'll say when thunder roars, you have to say go indoors, okay? When thunder roars, that's the golden rule of weather safety.
Teachers adapted the information to inspire learning.
I learned the difference between weather and climate, which is pretty much what we're learning about right now. And the difference is climate is within a long period of time, and weather is like what's happening throughout the day.
Climate is basically measuring averages of an overall area, and weather is just day-to-day forecast.
Well, I think it helped have them be engaged in the meteorologist's presentation, and then they were able to come back in, and we utilized a lot of that in our conversations within our class time, and it's carried over into our instructional lessons a lot for them, so it's been very helpful.
The new knowledge gained prepares students for weather situations.
I'm going to learn to give my classmates a little reminder of what we learned today, what to do whenever a tornado hits or something happens.
But now I know that sometimes if you see the one type of cloud that there could be severe thunderstorms.
Because we deal with it every day. We see it every day. We experience it every day. And giving them that knowledge and a little bit of extra safety precautions is something I love to do.
I'm Reagan Robinson for Frisco ISD-TV.
When thunder roars,
You go indoors.
What a cool story.
I know, that must have been very exciting. Thanks, Reagan. Now, in the middle of it all, let's go to Oscar Mahagos with more on the benefits of active learning.
Students learn from their teachers and sometimes have them around for help and support. Here at Clark Middle School, teachers are learning specialized lessons from their students.
Active learning is a special education program. It's for, if you think back to the Piaget theory of cognition.
A lot of self-care activities, so feeding, positioning, sometimes doing some stretching with our kiddos, using their hands to be able to functionally perform their tasks during their daily lives here.
So knowing what the typical 6th graders curriculum requires that they learn, we find the skills based on their developmental level, and each of their developmental level is going to be different, but we provide instruction based on that.
Active learning is filled with specialists, yet every day they're gaining new experiences.
We have a student who has respiratory difficulties, so I thought he was getting sick. So I had to talk to one of the occupational therapists to see is he getting sick, or does this more have to do with his disability? So sometimes it takes 2 or 3 people to talk about a medical issue to figure out what is actually going on with him. So these kids are kind of complicated.
We have one student who had bad hips, and it was kind of fearful for us to stand him. And so we started with the track system, the overhead rail system, and he was able to tolerate it very well. So then we just started sitting him for a while, and we started gradually increasing him up to standing, and now he's able to stand for 45 minutes to an hour every day with patience and time, and just continuing to do it and work on it every day. Now he's able to do something that initially we weren't sure if he would be able to do.
When you work with them on a daily basis, you get to know them. They're not verbal, but you do get to know their mannerisms. You know there's a look in their eye, a look on their face. If they're not feeling well, you just get to know them.
And sometimes they have to get over their own fears to help others.
In previous years, once a month, we took our students to the natatorium for swimming. When I tell you I have a major phobia about swimming, that's an understatement. But I realized that every day when we're teaching them a new skill, every day we're expecting them to walk outside of their comfort zone, and I have to lead by an example. So even though I have a huge phobia, when we went to the natatorium, I had to go outside of my comfort zone, very difficult, in getting into the water to swim with my kids.
Teachers learn from each other as well.
Being a nurse in the hospital and being a nurse here are very different, and you would think that they would be the same, but they're not. So I actually have to look to the teachers a lot for guidance, even for nursing stuff.
Each year requires a different approach.
All of our kids are unique. You lose a kid to high school, you gain a kid from elementary, and we have to work with them to increase their level of abilities and to ensure that they don't lose any abilities.
These teachers learn a lot from actively taking care of their students, and a lot more than one might expect. I'm Oscar Mijangos for Frisco ISD-TV.
It's so amazing to see how this has not only impacted students, but teachers too.
Yes, it seems challenging but rewarding. Thanks, Oscar, for that report.
And you may also see Oscar's face in our next story.
That's right. He was part of the crew for a movie that was shot at Frisco High.
Aaron Davis explores the challenges and spookiness in the making of their film.
Some may avoid ghost stories at all costs. However, these Frisco High School students counted on each other to bring one to the big screen.
The Ghost of Frisco High School is a student-led short film that was conceived based off of some students just wanting to do a project that the whole school could be involved in.
Action! The story revolves around Jackson, which is the main character, and how he sort of senses these paranormal activities happening in school and what's going on, and he does a lot of research and finding out more about the paranormal activity, what causing it, found out there's a ghost.
Students who all have a different story came together to create a new one.
I did a lot of training in film in LA, and I had an agent and I went on auditions and all that. And I mean, I've done stage acting too, obviously, but I was kind of trained more in film.
Doesn't get better than this, guys. It's Frisco High School.
It started from the very beginning where we just thought it would be fun to make a movie, and then we went through the whole process where we had to find people, we did casting, and then we did a crew call, and we did everything.
Jack said he was doing a movie, and when Jack Mayo tells you to do something, you do it.
While producer Jack Mayo kept things moving, the film had its challenges.
I oversaw all of the crew coming together and everything getting done, so I'm making sure that everything runs on time. We had done our entire production schedule, and then it turned out that we were going to have a playoff football game on the Thursday of our shoot, and so we had to merge 2 of the days, and we ended up cutting a bunch of stuff out of the script.
I had basketball, so it conflicted a lot, and so there were a lot of things that we needed to film right away because it was also getting dark really soon.
There was some problems with the script, some problems with sunlight, timing, basically getting actors not able to show up some certain days, so we had to reschedule around that.
Making a movie isn't cheap, so they found a way to curb the price.
Our cost was really minimal because we had the help of a lot of great sponsors. We had some food sponsors, and some equipment sponsors so we wouldn't have to spend as much of our budget.
Thanks to our sponsors, we had a monitor that was away from the camera, and I was able to sit there and watch if I thought that someone needed to linger over an area for longer, or we needed a different angle, or make sure it was in or out of focus.
The cast and crew of The Ghost of Frisco High School finished in high spirits.
Highlight of this film was when Jack said, "That's a wrap," because it was a great way to know like our hard work paid off.
So if halls could talk, what would they say? The ones at this school will definitely have a story to tell. I'm Erin Davis for Frisco ISD-TV.
Thanks, Erin. I can't wait to see the final version of the movie. There's a savory change for the CTE Center restaurant. Madison Looney has more in high-tech happenings.
The restaurant at the Frisco ISD Career and Technical Education Center hopes to serve not just good food, but food you want more of. With their new name Savour comes an upgrade in style and tastes.
Actually, it was our assistant principal and our graphic design teacher who really spearheaded it. They put their heads together and came up with it because it's just French for savor, to savor.
We try to teach classical French technique to the students, so we thought it would be a nice, round, all-encompassing name for the restaurant.
Formerly known as Studio 08, culinary arts students gave their take on the new name.
It's a nice refresher from the old one, and it just gives a new life back to the restaurant. A lot of the students, didn't really care for the original name, so now that it's new, it's something different, and it represents us much better than the old name did.
I think it's a lot better than the old one, which is Studio 08. I think Savoir is a lot better.
It's a lot more mature for the restaurant, and it really represents who we are. It just sucks because I took Spanish and not French, so I can never pronounce it properly.
From open to close and everything in between, Savour is student operated.
I write the menu, and then they're responsible for the production, the mise en place, the gathering of the goods. They fix all the recipes, and they cover both front of the house and back of the house.
The students are involved in the restaurant by working actual stations, just like they would in an actual restaurant. So they work the pantry, they work the grill station, they work the saute station, they work expo, and they also wait tables.
The menu changes each semester and is filled with dishes that some customers are more willing to try than others.
We serve beef Wellington, pomme puree, roasted chicken, pâte au chocolat, and etc. We go on from there.
Some of our best sellers are truffle butter gorgère, which is our appetizer, and then we also serve a cod provençal, which is something fun that usually people here haven't tried before, and some people find a little more adventurous having their fish cooked by students who are still learning.
The experiences students receive has benefits tableside and to go.
It's a great way to self-express, and it gives you great tools not only just in the kitchen, but also you can take it home. Everyone can use it. It's not just for people who are just going to culinary school for college.
I think it's a good experience, great joy. Everyone loves it here. It's fun, fantastic.
It's lovely in here just because of how much we bond, truly.
It's a nice break from the usual academics. After coming from all these classes, I get to come have fun here, still get work done, and it's a lot more like a work environment rather than just another class.
Savour is open to the public on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Reservations are recommended. For more information, visit the Career and Technical Education page on FriscoISD.org. I'm Madison Looney for Frisco ISD-TV.
I love seeing students rise up to a challenge. In district-wide news, here's Mary Kate Sutterman with a story that will surely stop traffic.
While they guide students safely to school in the mornings and afternoons, Frisco ISD crossing guards bring joy to passing cars, kids, and time.
I've been doing this for 3 years here at the same location, and everybody waves, so it's just my friendly people that I see every day. If I can make them smile, that's awesome.
For some, this job is a family affair.
Well, I'm the crossing guard for Frisco. Our time is from 7 to 8:30.
Hubert Berghauser and his wife work together to safely cross students at the intersection where Nelson Middle School and Independence High School meet.
We've been doing it about 12 to 13 years now. We actually started in Ashley over here about 12 years ago. You'll have to excuse me just for a second.
Walk sign is on to cross Independence at Southern.
However, there are some things that really toot their horn.
Traffic and drivers not obeying 20 miles per hour.
Although there are challenges, there's still a positive drive.
Helping the kids cross the street and everything.
Meeting the kids. You know, at first they don't know, like, who's this person crossing me. Then after a while they warm up to you, and you know, they all want to get to know you, so it's meeting the kids.
Rain or shine, they make it a priority to get students through the busy flow of the week. I'm Mary Kate Sunderman for Frisco ISD-TV.
Thanks, Mary Kate. That's all we have for this episode.
Join us next time for an Isabel Elementary student who has some sweet aspirations.
And feel the rhythm with a new middle school music program that brings students together. I'm Madison Breeding.
And I'm Jason Patrick Gaffney. Thanks for watching.